This is a Buddhist temple that's been around for over 450 years. It sits at the base of Mount Fuji, and it is one of those places that you really do enjoy coming to because it's tranquil, it's peaceful. A lot of people come here to relax and meditate. Now, I thought it'd be appropriate to do a little dessert, a very simple dessert using ingredients from this area. I'm going to be using strawberries and matcha powder. I love matcha powder. It's ground tea. This is going to flavour my crepes. Now, I'm going to be using my recipe for crepes. This is a really classic French way of making crepes. 1 cup of plain flour, and then in this flour, I'll add a little bit of sugar to sweeten it, so some caster sugar. I'm not adding too much sugar because I'll be adding some red bean paste. Also, a hint of salt. Always when you're making a batter like this, add some salt because it's going to bring out the flavours of everything else. And some matcha powder, about ½ tablespoon. I might change over to a whisk just so that can be mixed in evenly and it goes that pale green colour. And then make a well in the centre because now I'm going to crack the egg. So 1 cup of flour to 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs, and I'll break that directly into the centre. And the 3rd egg in. And then with your whisk, break up the yolks. Don't whisk it into the flour straight away because that's going to cause lumps. We don't want any lumps in our crepe batter. Now, I'll start with 1½ cups of milk, so a little bit of milk at a time. Give it a whisk, slowly bringing in the sides of the flour and then adding a little bit more and then continually whisk. Spread a little bit of butter in a pan, and then I'll start with 3/4 of a ladleful into the centre and then swirl in the pan. Place it back on the heat and just let it set for about 10 to 20 seconds. Once it starts to detach, it's time to flip. All right, this last crepe is ready, so I'm going to place it onto a plate. Now I'm going to be adding some red bean paste, and this is a chunky style of red bean paste. It's got some sweetness to it, it's nutty, it's beautiful, and I'll spread that out. Don't make it too thick because you do need to wrap the crepe. And I like to add some whipped cream or chantilly cream, which means I've added a little bit of sugar to it and some vanilla bean. Spread that out, and then some local Shizuoka strawberries. I'm cutting them into quarters, and I'll place them in the centre. I'll add another one, again cutting it into quarters. And then you can roll it up like a sausage, or you can fold it into a little envelope and then presenting it on the plate slightly open. And if you want to make it extra special and extra glamorous, add a little bit more cream to the top and a few more of these strawberries. That is a serious dessert, showcasing some wonderful fresh produce and some traditional produce from the Shizuoka region. I'm going to garnish it with some shiso, these baby shiso leaves and flowers, and then crunchy sesame seeds over the top. This is why I love crepes. They are so simple to make, but it's a fantastic carrier of flavour, from sugar to lemon to an extravagant Japanese-inspired crepe using matcha powder, red bean paste, lots of cream and lots of local strawberries.